Hello, welcome back to another vlog. I'm Via Winter, an indie author. Debut novel Firewitch comes out on the 13th of September, and in this vlog we're going to be proofreading. Yay! It's currently Saturday the 23rd of August. I am, as I say, about to do some proofreading to get the final files sorted and formatted hopefully in the next week. It's bank holiday weekend, so I've got 3 whole days off work, which we like. I'm still working on drafting book 2 as well. I'm currently at almost 40,000 words. I'm like 39 something. I'm about at the midpoint, so I'm about just over halfway through. There's a lot of problems with it. I'm making notes as I'm going along. Because this draft is a bit of a Frankenstein between 2 previous drafts, and obviously then I'm writing new stuff as well. It's a little bit messy and it's going to need some editing to sort it out, but right now I'm just focused on just getting a complete draft, like the skeleton of the story sorted, and then I can worry about the subplots and the things that don't entirely make sense, and sort of fleshing out certain elements of the story and making sure that the character stuff is working and the characters know the right things at the right times and stuff like that. I don't anticipate getting much done on that this weekend because of this. I'm still experimenting with Substack and with sort of what I want to do with that side of things. I've been reading a book called The Enemy Within, and that is about the miners' strike in 1984 and 1985, which is what GB84 is about, which is the fiction book that I read a few weeks ago and that I want to write about. So I'm kind of still working on that. I'm kind of experimenting with how to approach that, how much of that to include on my YouTube. I've got a couple of the videos I want to film this weekend if I can, because obviously I currently don't have a video for this week. So hopefully tomorrow, the plan is tomorrow to put some makeup on and actually film a couple of sit-down videos. But this is the priority because the final files are due on the 9th of September. I think I got an email this morning. I woke up to an email from KDP being like, don't forget to upload your final files. And I'm like, I know. So that's how I can tell it's getting close. As I say, it's the 23rd of August. So there's 3 weeks today. 3 weeks today will be out. So I really need to get started on this. I'm going to be reading through, trying not to pay attention to the story because the story is the story. And I don't need to start letting my anxious brain tell me that it needs like rewriting or anything stupid like that. I just need to go through and look at the words. Hopefully the copy edit's picked up most of the issues. So it's just checking to make sure there's no typos, there's nothing still left in that's the wrong tense, maybe eliminating 1 or 2 bits that I didn't eliminate in the copy edit. I'm hoping it won't take me very long to do this, but this is the first time I've done this process, so it will be interesting to see how long it actually takes me. I will feel better when it's done. I don't want to do it. In my brain, I've moved on to book 2 and this is done, but it's not. That's the problem. And I'm not very good at switching back and forth between different projects. When I'm working on a project, I'm working on it. I'm in the middle of draft 2 of book 2 and that's where I want to be, but I need to do this. So I'm just going to sit down and make myself do it. And hopefully it won't take too long. I'm still feeling I feel a little bit better. I did feel a little bit better yesterday than I did at the beginning of the week, but I still feel a bit bleh about everything. I don't know, I think some of it is anxiety about this release, which obviously I've just got to live through and deal with it and get over it and let the book go out there and do what it will. So I'm gonna be quiet now, get started on this, and then check in as I kind of go. So I've just finished the proofread Firewitch. It's currently Monday evening, so I don't have time or the willpower. I'll be honest, I neither have time nor the willpower to go in and make the changes. There's a few typos. There's not a lot of typos, which makes me concerned that maybe I'm still missing a lot of typos, but I do tend to write pretty clean, so hopefully there's not too many typos left, but I've picked up a couple that I'm shocked that, like, these are pieces of writing that have been over several times and no one's picked up on them. But there you go, that's typos. There's 1 or 2 just word choices I've made as well as I've gone along. A couple of things that just didn't quite feel right after the copy edit that I've just altered. One thing towards the end that I've just added an odd line to, just to make something clearer. But otherwise, it's relatively easy. Should not take me long to go in, make the changes in the Word doc, import it into Vellum, export all the files for the different vendors, get the final files uploaded next weekend, and that's it, I'm done. The book is done 3 years later. The other thing I have done, as I've been reading, which you will have sort of caught glimpses of in the B-roll, is I have made a lot of notes. I've got several pages, 3 pages, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 pages of notes. Things that I've picked up on that I need to carry over into book 2, threads that I need to pick up on, story questions that I do need to actually answer in book 2. I had a revelation last night as I was proofreading yesterday evening about the actual end of this trilogy. Like, I have a new and improved ending now, so that was amazing. That was like a light bulb, one of those. There are just moments that I get in writing, and I assume other writers get them as well, of like, why didn't I see this before? This seems so obvious. This is perfect. This is the answer. It's just like someone has just put a light on in a dark room, and all of a sudden you're like, this is amazing. See, I had one of those moments, but a lot of it is just things of like themes and just the character's state of minds and things just to come back to in book 2. Some of it's like minor stuff that I just need to remember to do this. I just need to remember to circle back to this. I need to remember that this happened, and I need to just reference this at some point. There's a character that I don't really know what to do with in book 2, but the gut-wrenching conclusion is that I think I'm going to have to start it again, and I'm not happy about this conclusion at all. And if you can hear some noise in the background, it's my noisy neighbours and their children at the front of the flats treating it like their private garden. I think what I was trying to do was take the stuff that I'd already written, that I felt like I'd already put time into writing, and use that in this version of book 2. But I think the problem is that book 1 has changed so much since. Like, I originally wrote book 1, 2 and 3 kind of back to back as first drafts last year. The problem with that is through the editing process, book 1 changed so much that now how book 2 happened doesn't really make any sense. Like, the next logical events from book 1, the events themselves need to happen, but the emotional states of the characters have changed so much from how they were originally. So I just think I need to go back and actually properly rewrite the entire thing, which is depressing, annoying, frustrating, irritating, because I am like 40,000 words in. I think what I'm going to do is somehow, I'm not quite sure how yet, because this thought is still fresh in my mind. I might have to sleep on it tonight, but come back to the outline, because I've just literally, obviously, just read this, right? So it's kind of really fresh in my mind now. I am hoping that this is the last time I have to read this book in a very long time. I love this book, but right now I am fed up and tired of this book. I never want to read it again. Love it, but never want to read it again. Anyway, that's the weekend done. That's the bank holiday weekend. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it that for the day, call it there. I'm going to chill out for the rest of the evening, listening to children screaming, apparently, and let my ideas percolate a little bit. And I will catch up with you during the week as I sort of figure out what I'm going to do with book 2. It's now Thursday evening, and I've had a day where it has very much felt like anything else. Like, does anything else want to come at me? Anything else want to come for me? Anything else want to go wrong? Any other disasters want to strike? That's where I'm at. So I had a phone call this afternoon, which was stressful and annoying, and I had to have a little bit of an argument with someone about something. And then I come home from work and find out that I've been summoned for jury duty, and I am not happy about it. I don't want to do it. I'm aware I have to do it, but I do not want to do it. This is not good news. Like, this is stressful, because I now have to figure out how that's going to impact on my job and my pay. And the worst thing about it is, because it means that I might not get paid properly, my plans regarding edits on book 2 have just been thrown into complete disarray, because I don't know if I'm going to have the money available that I thought I was going to have available, because I don't know whether I'm going to get paid. You can claim expenses jury service, but you have to claim it at the end of the trial, and then you get paid like 10 days later. I have no idea what is going to happen there. So currently, I'm now thinking I don't know what I'm going to do about book 2. Anyway, in other news, I think in the last clip I was talking about potentially going back to the beginning of book 2. I decided I'm going back to the beginning of book 2. This is my spreadsheet for book 2. At the top, we've got like the chapter number, the date that it happens, and then each like plot, thread, thing, character arc, etc. along the top, and then kind of it just goes down in a grid. So I've done that on a spreadsheet and obviously printed it out, and now I'm just going back to the long outline and editing the long outline to fit the new short outline, I suppose that is. I'm a bit stuck, and the problem is tonight, of course, because I've had a day, my brain is just all over the place. I'm still working on the essays for GB84 as well. I've been doing that in the morning, so tonight I've been working on outline. I've not been tremendously productive today, surprisingly enough. I just feel like my head's going to explode right now, and it's really frustrating because it feels like this year has just been one thing after another, and I just feel like what else is coming from this year? I will not be sad when 2025 is over. It is now Saturday evening, Saturday the 30th of August evening at 6 o'clock, and I am uploading the final file of Firewitch to the retailers. Gave myself a headache this afternoon trying to sort the print version out, but we got there. So what you saw in the previous clip was me going through the pencil sort of corrections that I made in this copy, inputting them into a fresh copied, duplicated Word document. So we are on the final draft, finally. I'm sure there's a typo in there somewhere, there has to be. I've caught quite a few. I did have to go through and do find and replace on a certain word because I changed it to a different variant at the suggestion of the copy editor and then decided I didn't like it, so I've changed it back. So there might be a typo in there from that. I've tried to go through and make sure there's nothing really stupid, but there's always something. We always miss something. The files are formatted, so I'm going to upload the files. I don't know whether this is going to show me pre-order numbers. I haven't looked at pre-order numbers because it makes me anxious. No, I don't think it does. I'm not going to look. I'm so terrified that I'm going to have uploaded the wrong version or something really stupid like that. Processing, submit for pre-order. And then I just need to upload the print copy. I had to mess around with the print version a little bit just to make sure it stayed the same page count. I'm not 100% sure there isn't a random blank page in there. So I'm hoping and praying that it all works out right. As soon as it is available, I will order a copy of the print version just to make sure. I'm not ordering another proof from Amazon anyway, but it's too late now to do that. Publish. Right, so that's Amazon done. So draft to digital. Let's see if this shows me any numbers. I always prefer dashboards that don't show numbers when you just log in, because I feel like that should be like I consent to being shown this information situation. If I intentionally go on to look at my numbers, that's fine. I do not want to be bombarded with it. I don't know how I upload the file. This is good. Upload final manuscript. There we go. Manuscript is uploaded. Done. So now we go to Kobo. See, this is one where it literally, the minute you log in, it's like numbers. Don't like it. Kobo Plus, yeah. We're going in Kobo Plus. Publish. Is it working? Is it doing it? Has it done it? Did that not work? All changes published. Okay, it's just done it, so it doesn't take you to a different screen. Vicky, that's Kobo done then. And then we've just got Google Play, which Google Play gives me a headache. Upload a file, content and cover. We've got the cover, so we just need the content. Okay. Pending content. Is that it? Do I have to do anything else? Pending content. Completed step 1 of 6. Okay. I don't know. I assume that's saved? Question mark. I'll have to keep an eye on this one on Google. Google stresses me out. Right, so that's it, I'm done. So this is the historic moment. Provided all the files get approved and there's no major F-ups in them, that's it, that's Firewitch finished. It's a bit anticlimactic. That's it, 2 weeks and it'll be out. I might end the vlog here. If you would like to pre-order Firewitch, information is down below. Follow me on TikTok so that I can have a link in my bio. That would be useful. I don't know why it's restricted to 1,000 followers. If you want a free short story, you can sign up for my newsletter. Other social media links are down below as well. Other than that, if you did like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I will see you next time with another video.